Good afternoon. This is the Millionaire Mindset Masterclass for nurse entrepreneurs. I am so excited for this training and I just want to welcome you in. So thank you for joining us. As you start jumping on for this training today, go ahead and let us know in the comments below where you're from. Say hello. Tell us what type of nursing you do. I would love to hear what kind of nurse you are and what you love about it. So really excited to share today how to have a millionaire mindset as a nurse entrepreneur. So a little background on me. I have been in online business now for 8 years, and I specialize in helping nurses start and grow online coaching businesses for more freedom. This is my passion. This is what I love. It seriously lights me up. I love the work that I get to do. This has created complete time and financial freedom for my family and for my clients as well. It's been so incredible to see them grow. It's really the most fulfilling and most rewarding part about coaching is watching our clients succeed and grow personally. So I'm so excited to have you here. Say hello in the comments below. Let us know what kind of nurse you are, where you're from. We are so excited for this training today. This is how to have a millionaire mindset as a nurse entrepreneur. So this is going to allow you to grow in your income, in your impact, be able to create higher levels of success for you in your life and your business in just changing how you think about things. So I'm really excited to share my top tips, my top lessons I've learned along the way of how I have been able to strengthen my mindset and my emotional intelligence over the last 8 years being an entrepreneur. This is something they don't teach in nursing school, right? Like personal development, mindset work, this is not taught. And so this is something that I didn't start doing until I became an entrepreneur. So hello, welcome everyone. Say hello in the comments. Let us know what kind of nurse you are. Tell us where you're from. Maybe some of you travel nurses might know each other. So it's always fun to connect. I love this community of nurses. Seriously, the most incredible people in the world. Healthcare heroes, thank you for all that you do. It is hard work. I know because I was there. So I was an ICU nurse for 8 years. And I was also really into fitness, still am, love health and wellness and fitness. And so I started feeling kind of bored with being a nurse. And I was like, there's got to be more. I felt like I was living beneath my potential. I really wanted to do more with my life. So of course, instantly I thought, well, I could go to NP school. I could go to CRNA school. I could go be a personal trainer. But the thing was, all of those things would take me away from my family even more. And that is why I started looking into online coaching. I really wanted to be home with my family. I wanted to have more freedom. My husband and I were working nights, holidays, and weekends, and we did that for 10 years. And so we saw each other maybe one night a week. And I just looked at our future and I was like, this is not okay. I am not okay with never seeing my husband or my family. I am not okay with working nights, holidays, and weekends for the next 20 years, not even the next 5. I'm not okay with living paycheck to paycheck for the rest of our lives. I'm not okay with not having enough savings, not having enough in retirement. And I knew something had to change. I knew that I had to do something different to get a different result. And so I started looking into online coaching. That's when I found my health and wellness company. So I joined this company. My a guy I went to high school with was like a millionaire earner in it. And so I joined his team and I grew very quickly. I was a top ranked leader in that company. I had a huge team of 2,000 people in my downline. I was able to help hundreds of people get healthy, be happier. And then I also learned all of the social media strategies, the business things. So I also taught dozens of women how to start their own businesses within that company. I taught them social media marketing strategies, how to sell, how to grow their teams, all of that. So that's where I originally started. In that company, I felt like I was stuck in a box. I felt like I could only offer one thing, and I was getting such a small percentage of the commission. And I was also not growing as fast as I wanted to. So I gave it my all literally for 5 years. And the highest I got was to $2,500, $3,000 a month, which was amazing. It allowed me to walk away from nursing 5 years ago with that company, but it's not what I wanted. And I'd given it my all, and like I was so frustrated with the slow growth. It was so frustrating. And that's when I knew I saw other women growing their own coaching businesses online. And I thought, wow, if I could grow my own business, that would be incredible to be able to create my own program, charge what I want, not just collect a small commission. And so I literally thought about it for a couple of years. I listened to podcasts. I watched these other amazing women like Amy Porterfield, Jody Moore, like all of these amazing coaches online. And I thought, well, if they can do it, why not me? So eventually I got to the point where I finally had a slap in the face when I lost my dad in September 2019. It was finally my wake-up call that made me realize life is way too short to stay stuck in so much fear and not do what I really want to do and not go for my dreams. And that's what was the catalyst for me to finally start my business at the end of January 2020. So I finally started. I was so scared, so nervous to walk away from the income that I created that allowed me to leave nursing. It was terrifying. I had no idea if having my own business would work. I had no idea if I would be able to sign clients. And so I was scared. So the first thing I did was hire a coach. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Someone please help me. I hired my first, she was my second coach. I worked with a coach prior to that. And she helped me transition from network marketing into having my own business. She helped me get all of the business things set up. And then I created my own program and launched. And it was so exciting. When I signed that very first client, it made me realize that this is possible. And it was so exciting. It was so much fun. And I mean, I love what I do. And it was so exciting the first few months. I was literally jumping up and down in my kitchen, like crying tears of joy that my dream had come true, because it was literally the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. We lived paycheck to paycheck for so long. And then when I started this high ticket business, we immediately had success. So in the very first month, it was $15,000 in sales in the very first month. And the most I'd ever earned in my entire life was $2,000 to $3,000 a month, either as a nurse or with my network marketing company. And it just blew my mind. I just thought, this is insane. Like, this is incredible. Like, I've got to teach other nurses how to do this. And so that's when I transitioned. I first started out as more of a life coach, turned into business. And then I realized most of the women coming to me were nurses. I was like, dang, like nurses really want more freedom. We want more fulfillment. We want more time with our family. We want to grow our finances. And so that's when I transitioned to working with mostly nurses. And it's been incredible. I love the women I work with. Not all of my clients are nurses, and they're just the most amazing people and women in the entire world. I'm seriously so lucky and blessed to be able to work with the incredible women that I get to work with. So that's a little bit about me. Growing up, I grew up in a family of 7, and we did not have enough money for things. Like, I heard we can't afford it quite often. And I would have been able to do a lot more things if my family had more money. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity that High Ticket has been able to provide financially for our family, not only to grow our savings, but our retirement, and then also help our kids, like be able to put them in things and take them on vacations that we otherwise wouldn't have been able to do. So I'm just really grateful for the experiences, the opportunities, being able to do things that we couldn't afford before. So incredible things. We paid off our school loans. We remodeled our kitchen, our bathrooms. We put 6 figures a year into our retirement. And we invest heavily into my business. I've spent well over $100,000 on my business education and training in the last 3 years. So I'm just really grateful for the opportunity to continue to grow, and then also to be able to give back. I love working with the women that I work with, like on my team. I love being able to pay other women to help me, because women empowering women. I love to see other women be wealthy and make money, because it is so incredible for when you get money in the right hands, what we can do with it. Being able to donate to incredible charities and causes, being able to pay extra donations and tithing, and just being able to help our families who are in need, who don't have just helping them with different medical bills that come up. We've been able to do that, and it's been really amazing. So today I'm going to be talking about nurses versus entrepreneurship mindset. So if you are a nurse and you're wanting to start or grow your coaching business, I would love for you to type a 1 in the comment below. If you are someone who is wanting to start or grow your online coaching business, type a number 1. I would love for you all to just raise your hands and let us know if you are in that season where you are ready to go. Let's go. Let's make this happen. So there are some things that I was holding on to with my mindset and my beliefs that were holding me back so much before I started as an entrepreneur. As a nurse, some of the things that I was struggling with were thinking like, I can't afford it. Again, that's something that I heard all growing up, and then living paycheck to paycheck with my husband and I. We literally lived paycheck to paycheck for 15 years. We've been married 20 years this year. And so for a long time we were living paycheck to paycheck. So I always thought, I can't afford it. I can't afford this or that or the other. And so my first coach that I hired, it cost more than this engagement ring right here. It cost more than my engagement wedding ring. And I just thought to myself, this is insane. I cannot believe I'm paying this person more money than we've ever spent in our entire lives. Like more than we spent on my ring, more than we've ever spent on furniture or anything. And so, other than our house. But seriously, it was just, I couldn't believe I was doing it, but I'm so grateful that I did, because clearly it's had like 100-fold return on investment. So it's just been incredible, the things that I've learned along the way. I also, as a nurse, I felt like I didn't really know what I was going to coach about. So in the health and wellness network marketing company, it was all about health and wellness, and then also teaching people how to start their businesses. So I kind of didn't really know exactly what my own business would be about. So I just kind of started posting things about how to grow your confidence, how to get into personal development, how to do intermittent fasting, how to get into an exercise routine, how to increase your water intake, things like that. So I was just posting things that I knew, and that's so important to do, because that's what's going to give you clarity around exactly what you're going to want to coach. Because as you get that practice of posting and sharing information and value with your audience to see what they like, what they're drawn to, what you like talking about, what you like posting about, that's going to give you more clarity than anything else. So my advice is to just start taking action. That's what's going to give you more clarity than watching a training about how to figure out your niche. Like, just start posting and start taking action. That's going to give you more clarity on your niche and what you want to coach than anything else. So that's kind of where I started out. I also felt like I can't invest in my business. It takes money away from my family. Like I truly thought that. I thought, gosh, this money, I imagine all the things that I could use with this money. We could go on like 5 family vacations for the amount that I'm paying for this one-on-one coach, right? So that's literally how I thought. I thought, geez, look at all this stuff that we could buy if I didn't hire this coach. But honestly, like, if I didn't hire those coaches that I've hired, like, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And hiring those people allowed me to like 100x my return on investment, that it allowed me to make more money and grow more money. So anytime you're going to invest in your business or mentorship, I recommend strongly thinking, rather than what does this cost, and change your mindset to what will I gain from this? What actually am I going to gain, right? Like, rather than how much am I paying, what am I gaining? Like, what am I going to get from this? And not just financially, but think about how much you're going to grow as a person. Think about your emotional intelligence, how it will grow. You will grow with collaborations that you make, with friendships that you make, with strategies that you learn, with growing in like learning how to deal with setbacks, learning how to deal with wins. Just think about all the things that you're gaining by hiring that person that you want to work with. The next thing is, I would always think that I needed more certifications or letters behind my name. And this is like, raise your hand if you've ever been guilty of this, where you're like, I want this certification so I can say that I have this certification, or I want this degree so I can put these letters behind my name. This is like so common in the nursing world, because we're all about like education. We're all about like showing off our expertise and how much we know and how much schooling we have, which is amazing. And I love education. I'm all about education. But what I found was like, I didn't even need any certifications to build a 7-figure business online. Like, I have 0 certifications. I don't have any personal training certifications, no nutritionist certifications, and I was able to build a business from scratch to like $1.5 million in 3 years. So I'm telling you right now, like, you don't need a certification, you don't need additional degrees. Like, if you love to do those things, then go for it. Like, education is amazing. I'm all for education, but don't use it as an excuse as to why you can't start now. It's always better to start before you're ready. Always better to just start taking action and learn along the way. So that is my advice. The next thing is, I am too scared to fail. So I told you a little bit about my story, how scared I was for literally like almost 3 years when I was in my company and too scared to start my own business. I was allowing fear to hold me back in so many ways. And I was listening to all these podcasts, all these amazing women who had their own coaching businesses, and I just looked up to them so much. I was like, you're amazing. How do you do this? I never really thought that it would be me, but somehow it all clicked and ended up this way. And I'm so grateful because these women are so inspiring, right? Like, all these incredible women entrepreneurs that we see online. It's just so cool that we have the ability in this day and age to be able to share our voice and share our message with the world and be able to empower other women and other nurses to do the same, right? Raise your hand or like give a little emoji in the comments if you love empowering other women, if you love empowering other nurses. I would love to hear, how much you love helping and empowering other women. So again, I realized finally that life was too short to keep waiting. I knew that I would regret it the rest of my life if I never created my own business. So I finally did it. So today I'm going to teach you how I was able to shift from these thoughts as a nurse to a mindset of abundance and growth to build a 7-figure online coaching business as a nurse entrepreneur. This will allow you to create more impact, more income, more freedom, grow in your confidence and your conviction in what you're doing. So this is all about having a growth mindset. And when I say a growth mindset, this means that we embrace challenges, we learn from feedback, we are open to constructive criticism, we understand that talent can be developed, we keep trying, we never give up, we learn from failure, we do not try to avoid failure, we learn from it and embrace it because that's what allows us to become better and learn more. So failure is an opportunity to grow. Our effort, our attitude determine our abilities. We can learn anything we want. We can do anything we want. When we get in this space of abundance, this mindset of growth, this is when the magic happens. This is when we're able to accomplish our dreams and anything that we want in this life. We have the most incredible gift of agency that allows us to go for our dreams and make it happen. Like, we have no barriers. We have free social media that we can advertise on. We did not have this 20 years ago, and here we are in a day and age when we can post about our business, we can share value, tips, advice with the world on our phone. Like, it's incredible. I love it. So here's the training. Here's the meat of the training. Make sure you stay until the end. I will be doing a giveaway for $3,000 for live attendees. So make sure you stay till the end for this exciting giveaway. I'm really stoked for that. So today, really how to change your thinking to abundance, how to switch from limiting thoughts, fears, and doubts to an empowering mindset that inspires action. So the very first thing that you need to do to really grow your mindset, and myself as well, is growing our emotional intelligence with personal development. This is something that I work on with my clients on our very first call. Mindset is everything. It's literally like 80% of what we do as entrepreneurs. You can have all the strategy in the world, but if you have negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, self-doubt, low confidence, then you're not going to be able to take action or implement or get the results that you want. So this is about growing our mindset. This is about growing our belief in ourselves. So ways to do this are going to be reading personal development every single day. Listen to it on Audible. There are so many incredible books out there. Self-help books are not dumb. They are what changed my life. I had never read a personal development book before I started with my health and wellness company. And once I joined that company and started reading these self-help books, my entire life changed. Like the entire way that I think has changed. The very first book that I read was called The Compound Effect. Raise your hand in the comments if you've read The Compound Effect and if you love it. So the compound effect is all about how the tiny choices we make each day snowball and compound into our results. So whether we decide to eat salad or a pizza, or whether we decide to work on our business or not, or whether we, exercise or not, it all compounds and snowballs into our results. So, reading that book and then continuing to read and read and read more and more has just changed the way that I think. So definitely recommend it. The next thing is vision work. So make sure that you have your vision written out and you're reading it every single morning without fail. What do you want to create in your life? And write it in present tense as if it's happening right now. Also, having a vision board. I put mine on my computer desktop so I see it every day. I read affirmations every single day. I am confident. I am a multi-millionaire coach. I am earning 100K months. I am doing all these things. I want you to write out affirmations and read them. You can even do mirror work and say them out loud to yourself to make it even more powerful. So really looking at others, being able to think, why not me, right? Having daily routines that are solid with taking care of our bodies, our health, our minds, exercise, sleep, water intake, healthy foods. All of this is going to contribute to our millionaire mindset. And really, one thing that I wanted to share today is not only is gratitude going to change your life, but I also want to share with you about the emotional guidance scale. So do a little emoji in the comments below if you've heard of the emotional guidance scale. So the emotional guidance scale was introduced to me in a book that I read called Ask and It Is Given. This is by Esther and Jerry Hicks and Abraham. So some people might think this is super woo-woo, and it actually is pretty woo-woo, but that book literally changed my life. Hearing how I get to choose my thoughts and whatever I think comes true. Like whatever we think about is what we get, and it's so true. And so there is something called an emotional guidance scale that allows you to move your way up the ladder to get to more positive thoughts, to be able to improve the way that you think and to have more success and better outcomes in everything, all areas of your life. So go look up the emotional guidance scale on Google and you will see that it ranges anywhere from like fear, insecurity, all the way up to like overwhelm, boredom, and it grows up higher to like hopefulness, optimism, enthusiasm, passion, joy. So at any time when we're feeling a certain emotion, we have the ability to change how we're thinking and how we're feeling. Yes, it's absolutely okay to feel those emotions and process them, but we also have the ability to take ourselves higher on the emotional ladder and on the emotional guidance scale. So go check out the emotional guidance scale and see how we have the ability to choose our thoughts and choose how we feel and how we act also. So that is number one. Number two is understanding, like rather than just immediately saying we can't afford it, try to think about how we can afford it. Rather than thinking about the amount you're investing, think about what you're gaining. Like what actually are you gaining? Like could this actually change your entire life, your entire future as you know it? For me, the coaches that I've hired have changed my life and I will remember them forever. Like literally have changed the trajectory of my entire life hiring coaches. So I want you to really look at what are you gaining? What are you benefiting from? What are all the amazing things that you're going to experience hiring this person and investing in your business rather than thinking about the money that is going into it, right? It's so important to change from any negative thoughts you have to positive, What if you start and it changes your entire life for the better? What if you actually replaced your income and have complete time and financial freedom? So rather than thinking like, what if it doesn't work? What if I lose money? What if I fail? Like these are all negative, and those are all going to be like negative on that emotional guidance scale. So bring yourself up the scale, bring yourself up the ladder and take yourself to these what ifs that are positive. What if you finally get to go on vacations with your family? What if you finally get to take time off whenever you want without having to ask for permission? What if you finally stop getting texts all the time asking you to come in and work overtime or to cover a shift, right? What if you finally were able to like help people transform in a way that you have never been able to do as a nurse? What if you finally were able to change someone's life with the knowledge that you already have in your brain? From your love, your support, your accountability. What if you're able to do that for someone and change their life? Like, what if you discovered new talents, new gifts that you had no idea that you had? I know for me, when I first started with my wellness company, and when live video very first came out, I was terrified to make a video. And I was terrible on video. And here I am doing videos every single week, like all the time. Literally on a daily basis, I'm talking to the camera, talking to my phone, making videos. And I've discovered like I actually like have a talent for this. I actually really enjoy it. And I would have never discovered that if I had never started. And there's different talents and gifts that you'll learn about yourself along the way. So you might think that maybe you're not qualified right now, but as you start doing things and do it out of pure like wanting to help other people, you're going to discover talents and gifts that you didn't realize you have, right? And so rather than being caught up in the ego part of it of, oh, well, what if she doesn't like me? Or what if people don't like the way that I talk on video or the way that I look, or I'm too this or too that to go on video, right? Like, what if people don't like me? So what? You're here to share your purpose and your mission and your calling with the world, regardless of what you look like or what anyone thinks. Can I get an amen? Drop an amen if you agree with that in the comments, right? Like, we are here to change the world. We are not here to impress people or make them like us, right? We are here to change the world and make an impact in people's lives. We are here to share our knowledge and our expertise and our time and our talents to make people's lives better, right? Give me an amen in the comments. Awesome. So the next one is love coaching everything. So I have so many nurses come to me and they're like, what would I even coach? Well, what do you know? Every single thing that you know is what you can teach and what you can coach about. So don't allow your thoughts of like, well, I'm not qualified or I don't know what I would coach on to hold yourself back from even starting. Like, that's such a shame. That's such a shame to hold yourself back when you have so much more potential and so much more knowledge in your brain than you even realize. I think as nurses, we're around each other so much that we just think that, oh, everybody probably knows this. Everybody knows this about the, you know, this certain condition or this health issue, but actually they don't. Actually, they don't know how to get better. Actually, they don't know how to improve their lives without help and support and accountability. And that's what we're here for. So give yourself more credit and understand that you have more potential than you could ever realize. And really understand that, you know, that you have the ability to make your dreams come to life. You know, what if you created a legacy for your family and grew your savings to $1 million? Like, believe in the possibility of miracles. Your prayers are already answered. This is something that I learned this from Corey. She's one of our assistant coaches, one of my amazing team members. And she told us this on a mastermind call. Your prayers are already answered. And I love that so much because, right, we all have prayers that we're saying. We all have things that we hope and dream and wish for. And when we can believe that it's already there, it's already answered, when we can believe in the power of visualization, manifestation, being able to create our reality, then it truly comes to life. So I want you to remember that. Your prayers are already answered. So remember to that it's always okay to pivot and transition also in business. So like, you're never stuck to one thing. A lot of nurses think, well, gosh, I'm scared if I get too narrow with my niche that I can't help more people or whatnot. And then they think they're going to be stuck in that niche forever. It's not true. You can change and pivot and transition at any time. There's so much flexibility with having our own business. And that's what I love so much, is that we're able to tweak and adjust and experiment and try new things, do things better next time. The next one is, how can I invest more to make more money for my family? This is number 4. So honestly, in my life, in my personal experience, the more money that I invest into my business and into myself, the more money that I make, like the more return on investment I get. So rather than thinking about the dollar amount, think about what you're gaining, right? So the more help I get, the more I grow personally and professionally, even when some investments that I've made over the years have had some bumps along the way or were not everything that I had anticipated. I have still learned such a tremendous amount from all of that. And I'm so incredibly grateful for everything along the way, the failures, the mistakes, the bumps, all along the way. We really learn the most from our mistakes, truly, and from things that don't work. So the other thing is really that money mindset. Really believing that money is abundant, that it's available for all of us. There is enough to go around for everyone. And it is okay to have money. It is okay to be a wealthy woman. It is okay to sell. It is okay to make money. And as a nurse going into an entrepreneur world, I know that this is so different, right? Because we have gotten to this place of just providing care, never having to ask for money for our services. So when we step into this entrepreneurship world, we have to be okay with that. We have to be understanding that our time is valuable and we should be compensated for our time. And so just really working on our money mindset is so important and valuable as entrepreneurs. I have 2 book recommendations. Let me know in the comments if you've ever read these before. The first one is Chillpreneur. So let me know if you've read Chillpreneur. And the other one is The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. So let me know in the comments if you've read Chillpreneur or Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. These are going to help you with your money dialogue and your money mindset tremendously. So definitely check those out. So number 5 is I need more long-term mentorship and sales marketing education. So the education that I've invested in, like I mentioned before, I have spent well over $100,000 on training, education, mentorship. This has all been like for sales and marketing and business growth. So I've done all of that, and it's allowed me to learn strategies, change the way that I think, learn how to coach. Truly, the best way to learn how to coach is to hire a coach. It's not reading a textbook. It's not practicing for free. It's acting as a coach and getting paid for it and getting compensated for it. That is going to be the best way to learn how to coach. And that's why in my academy, we don't do free practice coaching. There's a lot of nurse coach programs out there that require like 40 hours of practice coaching, which is great, but you should be compensated for your time. And so that's why in the academy, we just get you signing clients and get you working with clients who are paying you for your time. So really long-term mentorship to get high level support is what I strongly recommend. I have been in a program for the last 16 months, and I have learned more in there than I could have ever imagined. The collaborations that I've made, the things I've learned from other people, I would have never realized that I could learn so much in one program. I'm so grateful for long-term mentorship, so grateful for the ability to help me get to where I want to go faster. I get to learn things, I get to pick their brains. I want you, when you step into a coaching relationship and you are the client, I want you to ask questions relentlessly, and I want you to pick their brains. I want you to be self-led. So rather than waiting for the coach to come and check in with you, I want you to be very self-led, reaching out to the coach, asking for help, asking questions all the time, and being really self-led in that container. So this is what I do with my mentors. I pick their brains. I ask them questions all the time. I write down questions I have all the time, and then I go to them with the best. I try to process them first to try to figure them out on my own first. And then any that I just can't seem to quite, figure out, then I bring them to my mentors, and it's such a help. So you will never succeed trying to do it all on your own. If you have a coaching business now, or you're thinking about starting one and you think that you can do it all by yourself, I will tell you, you will not succeed. You will not succeed. I have hired multiple mentors, coaches over the last 3 years. I have multiple team members. I have about 7 people on my team right now. It continues to grow and grow. I was a solopreneur for the first almost 2.5 years in this high-ticket coaching business. And so I learned how to do everything myself, which is amazing because I can teach my clients everything that I learned and how to do it in a very affordable way, like with free platforms and all of that, because that's what my main concern was, like keeping costs down. So it was like all do it yourself, DIY coaching business. This is really what I specialize in. And I was able to grow my business to $1 million as a solopreneur with DIY everything. Like I basically did it all myself. And so that's what I love teaching other nurses how to do, because when you're working as a nurse and you're time and your income is limited, then it's really important to learn how to do things on your own first before you go and hire them out and have someone else do them for you. So that's really what I specialize in as well. So just really looking at, being able to link arms with other people, being able to collaborate with others along your entrepreneurship journey is going to allow you to grow so much faster than if you're all by yourself. Like, really, why would you want to be all alone on this journey anyway, right? It's going to help you tremendously to be surrounded by other nurses doing the same. And I, for one, love to surround myself with people who are smarter than me. I want to learn how to grow all the time. And so just surrounding myself with them. And number 6, this is the last one. So I want to fail more so I can learn how to do it better next time. So it's so funny. A lot of clients who start working with me, I have them fill out a business intake form. And without fail, almost every single one of my clients puts that they're concerned that they're going to fail. They're scared they're going to fail. And every single call, that first call I do, I tell them failing is the best thing you could do. That's how you're going to learn the most. Like the mistakes, the failures, that's what's going to allow you to do it better the next time. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. So more failure equals more progress equals more growth. So always be failing forward. So that's a little bit about that. So we went over the training. That is all for the training. I hope that you learned a ton from that. Really growing your emotional intelligence, really diving into personal development, vision work, really understanding that you get to change your belief around the fact that you can afford it. There are ways to afford it. Coach everything that you know. Invest more money to make more money. Understand that, like, what you're gaining from investments that you're making. And then also really jumping into long-term mentorship, sales and marketing education is what's really going to transform your business. And not always like nutrition or certification type stuff will grow your business. Yes, that'll give you good knowledge base, but will it grow your business? Probably not. This reminds me of, my client Corey. She just posted a couple weeks ago about how she's been able to grow to consistent 5-figure months. And she told a story about how before she hired me, she was really working on her personal development, working on her confidence and her growth, but she wasn't investing in her business. She didn't know how to connect with clients. She didn't know how to market herself on social media. She didn't know how to sell. So once she hired me, that's where we got that all in place. And now, so she basically went from 0 to consistent 5-figure months after working with me. So it's incredible when you hire someone who's done what you want to do, to be able to teach you how to get there. You'll be able to get there so much faster than flailing around on your own. Okay, perfect. So I hope you learned a ton. Now is time for the giveaway. So go ahead and comment here below if you would love to be a part of our giveaway. So how this works is just comment here. I'm giving away $3,000. So what that means is 6 people are going to get $500 credit to use toward our Elite Online Coach Academy or private one-on-one coaching. So it just kind of depends. My one-on-one coaching is open for advanced students who have established businesses and clients. So if you are just starting out or growing your business to 10K months, then you will be more suited for the academy. So $500 for 6 people, just comment here below, and I am going to put your names in the drawing. So we have Teresa, Anika. Let me move this over. So we have Anika, Teresa, Summer. Heather, do you want to be in the drawing? Heather N. And let me just move this over so I can see everyone. So comment here below if you'd love to be in the drawing. We have Amber and Hope. And let's see, I think I saw one. Helen, awesome. Rania, Rania, I apologize if I said it wrong. Okay, cool. Anyone else, if you'd love to be in the drawing, just say here in the comments and I'll put your name in and we will do a drawing. And each person will win $500 credit for the mastermind or one-on-one coaching. Roxanne, awesome. Anyone else? Let me just get these folded up. Okay, awesome. Here we are. Okay, so our first winner is Amber. Amber, congratulations. You just won $500 credit for the Academy. Woohoo! Our next winner is Rania. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Congratulations, you are one of the winners. The next one is Helen. Helen McGill, you just won $500 credit for the Academy. Congratulations. The next one is Heather. Heather N. Awesome. And our last winner, 2, 4, 5. Oh, we have two more. We have Hope. Hope, congratulations. You just won $500 credit. Awesome job. And the next is Summer. Summer, congratulations. You won $500 credit for the Academy. So excited for all of you. Congratulations to our winners. This is awesome. Yay. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so the winners who just won, if you can come to my inbox with like the word Academy or something, that'll be awesome. And I'll reach out to you after with your prizes, and we can set up a time to chat. So that'll be great. Awesome. Congratulations, ladies. Okay, cool. So a little bit more about me and who I work with. So I work with nurses who are all in. They are not messing around. They are ready and willing to do whatever it takes to succeed and replace their income and grow for more freedom and more time and money. So they're not in it for a few months and then quit. They're not in it until it gets hard and they quit. They're all in no matter what. This is why you now have the opportunity to work with me inside of our Elite Academy and our Mastermind for multiple years. So we have created an incredibly strong, robust program. I have 4 assistant coaches. We have multiple calls per week, giving you support, accountability, love, collaboration, helping you grow your business from the ground up to 10K months and beyond. So I choose to work with nurses who are all in. This is high-level elite coaching. This is not your grandma's coaching. This is not some program that makes you do 40 hours of free coaching. This is not a program that tells you you'll be, a nurse coach by the end, but doesn't teach you how to market or how to get clients or how to set your business up. This is not a program run by a coach that's brand new. Our elite team has over 25 years combined experience with marketing, social media, attraction, high ticket sales, lead generation, tech, branding, funnels, websites, coaching, leadership. You get all of that as a part of our Elite Online Coach Academy. So the nurses I work with, they don't just kind of sort of want it. They are bound and determined to make it happen. They are willing to make investments and commitments on where they want to be, not where they are currently. They don't allow fear to stop them from making big moves. They're dedicated to mentorship and education, and they are decisive. They take action and they make decisions quickly. So if you are a nurse and you are wanting to rise above the traditional model of sick care, like putting on Band-Aids, and you want to create a business that is 100% in alignment with you and your beliefs and your expertise, creating real transformation for people, this is what the Elite Online Coach Academy is all about. You get to coach what you love, helping others heal from the inside out with a mind, body, soul approach for happier, healthier lives. You get to join the revolution of nurses helping other people have lasting transformations from the inside out, finally achieving that level of fulfillment that you've always wanted for your career, really growing in that passion and that purpose in your career. So this is what we do inside of the Elite Online Coach Academy. We cover vision, goals, we get clarity on your niche, we create your first program and multiple programs after that. We set up shop. We get all of the business legalities, everything set up, structured. You'll have accountability, a step-by-step plan along the way. You'll learn exactly how to attract clients in, how to post on social media, what to post, where to post, when to post, all of my tips and strategies that I've been using for the last 8 years to sign 5 to 14 clients in my business every single month. So I'm teaching you who and what you can coach, how to create and build an organized, profitable program, what you need to keep you safe, and also how to get clients. So I have helped multiple dozens of nurses go from 0 to 6 figures in their first year of coaching. I've helped multiple dozens of nurses earn anywhere from $3,000 to $40,000 within 3 weeks of launching. And it blows my mind, like the results that my clients are getting and have received. I mean, my mission is to help 1,000 nurses have more freedom, flexibility, fulfillment, and family time by starting and growing their own online coaching business. At this point, I've helped well over 250 nurses start and grow their businesses. So I'm just growing. I'm so excited to be able to take this to more and more nurses and just grow in this revolution of being able to help other people with well care. Most of my clients are working full-time, overtime. They have families, they have babies. They're in nurse coaching programs, some of them. Some of them are in NP school. Some of them are getting their master's. Like, this can absolutely be done at the same time. So don't use excuses to hold you back from the life that you really desire, from the business of your dreams. I've had so many clients surprise me beyond belief. And so all of these clients, I will say, were working full-time when they were working with me, and they accomplished these results working with me while working full-time with families. So one of my former coworkers, Shay, she hit 40,000 in her first month of coaching. She did one-on-one coaching with me, and she continued to grow from there. Austina, she earned 7,500 in her first month of launching. She replaced her nursing income and went part-time at her job. Brittany grew her business to 6 figures and went part-time in her nurse practitioner job. Nadine earned 15,000 in her first month of launching. Robin earned 20,000 in her first 3 weeks of launching and 100,000 in her first year. Elissa earned 16,000 in her first month and 100,000 in her first 8 months after working with me. Helen replaced her nursing income in 2 months of working with me and earned $100,000 within 1 year after starting to work with me. Corey grew her business to consistent 5-figure months and tripled her income in the last year, and she was a one-on-one client. I've also had multiple nurses leave their jobs with coaching. Babby, Kim, Ashley, multiple others. Now I do have some who continue working at their jobs or go part-time just because they love nursing, and that's absolutely fine. You don't have to quit your job to grow your business. You can have both. So I want you to comment the word Academy if you'd love to hear more information about the Elite Online Coach Academy, or come to my inbox on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Just type the word Academy and I'll get you more details. I do have some fast acting bonuses for you. So I'm so excited about these. If you enroll in our Elite Online Coach Academy by Friday, you get instant access to my phenomenal program, Dream Client Attractor. This is going to teach you how to attract dream clients consistently into your coaching business. You also will get instant access into our Elite Circle. So we already have dozens of trainings in there, plus you get access to all weekly trainings moving forward during your time in the Academy in that Elite Circle membership Facebook group. So if you pay in full for the Academy by Friday, you also get a free one-on-one call with me, which is valued at $1,000. So Dream Client Attractor, Elite Circle, that's worth $3,000 for both of those, plus a one-on-one call with me, which is worth $1,000 if you pay in full by Friday. So come to my inbox with the word Academy for more details. We can chat. I also want you to know that I do have flexible payment plans and funding available. So we can help you get started for as low as $300 a month. So I'm super happy to be able to share lots of options with you to help you get started. So many different ways that we can work together. If you enroll in our Elite Online Coach Academy by Tuesday, you get instant access to dozens of trainings in our Elite Circle. So you'll get access into our Elite Circle if you enroll in the academy by Tuesday. So just message me the word academy, comment the word academy below, and then I will reach out to you. We can book a time to chat. I'd love to hear more about your goals, and I'd love for you to be my next success story. I'd love to be able to do a client spotlight about you and share how you're able to build your business from the ground up and how you're able to create more time and financial freedom for your family, how you're able to replace your nursing income, how you're able to finally create that level of fulfillment and passion that you've always been dreaming of for your business and for your life. So message me the word academy, comment the word academy, and my team and I can reach out to you and we'll set up a time to chat. I hope that you learned a ton from this today. I really hope that you learned how to shift the way that you think for better success and better results. This is truly what's allowed me to get to where I'm at today, is changing the way that I think and really working on my emotional intelligence and my mindset. So I hope that like all of these things have helped you. Go check out the books that I recommended. If you're catching the replay, do a hashtag replay in the comments below. And I just hope that you learned a ton. This is my desire and my drive to be able to educate nurses, to be able to teach you how to do what I've done, how to create this ultimate freedom and time and financial freedom for your family and for your lives. This is my passion and my purpose, and I'm so grateful that I get to live my calling every single day. So I hope more than anything that you go for your dreams and that you make it happen, because it is possible for you too. So reach out to me, let me know how I can help, and I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here today. Take care. Sending lots of love.